What's good, y'all? This is the receiver teacher. I'm back again today with another video. Today I'm breaking down how to catch underthrown balls. So not everybody plays with Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, as we know. So sometimes it's just about making the best out of a bad situation. And this video is going to give you 2 tips. We're going to look at a bunch of different clips here on how you want to uh, uh, catch underthrown balls. So basically, if we go back to the main thing with this rep, guys, is he never stops his forward momentum. This is an example of what you don't want to do. You don't want to just keep running, all right? You don't want to outrun the throw. So right here, by now you should know if the ball's going to land over the shoulder or if it's going to be right here, underthrown. And he just does a poor job of adjusting. And as a result, this DB, I think that's Jerry Alexander, he's just able to squeeze him. He's just able to see that how he gets his hands in. Gets his hands in here late. And he's just like right here, he's just squeezing you away from the throw. That's not what you want. You want to start to throttle down right here. You can't just keep running. So we're gonna take a look at this. So this right here is another practice rep. This is a better example because he does a great job right here. He knows the ball is underthrown right now, and if you see, he's throttling down, breaking down. He's getting ready to attack this ball at its highest point. So at a certain point, guys, you got to slow down. You can't just keep outrunning your QB, all right? Because, yeah, you might have a bad quarterback, but you got to control what you can control. If the ball's in the air and you know it's underthrown, you got to start to throttle down like this and then jump straight up, all right? That should be see how he jumps straight up, and then the DB has no chance right here. He's literally under you, and he's just fucking done. Catching this on his head, all right? So right about here, eyes to the ball, sees it's underthrown. And right here, he's just shuffling. He's getting a powerful base. And he's able to explode up and catch the ball at its highest point away from the DB's hands. All right. Another thing, if we go back to this clip, turning around like this and waiting for the ball instead of stopping your forward momentum and jumping straight up, like I mentioned, you got to jump straight up. If you keep drifting this way, then it forces you to turn around, and then look what that does. So the ball is you're making your quarterback drop the ball in right here where the DB can access it. See, his hands are right here. His hands are all up in your shit. Like, that's not what you want, all right? You want it right about here and get ready to jump straight up and through the DB, all right? That's what my old coach used to say. Jump straight up and through. We're going to go back to this rep. This guy does a great job. Once he realizes the ball is about to be underthrown, he stops. He's getting powerful right here. And then straight up. All right? Straight up. Everything vertical. You want to catch the ball at its highest point right here, okay? And this, like we saw in the last one, prevents the DB from even, like, he tries to get his hand right here. He tries to, get his hands involved. But if you're literally above him, there's, like, he's eating your nuts at this point. No homo. Can't access the ball, right? So this is how you get the ball at its highest point. Gonna look at another example here. This is AB versus Jalen Ramsey, one of the best one-on-one matchups in the game. A small detail here. This is like elite wide receiver play, right? It's very subtle, but right here, you see that push? You want to give the DB a false sense of security. The reason he's doing this is because you never want to rush to your spot, all right? So AB right here, he knows the ball is going to land about right here, but you don't want to just rush to that spot, all right? Because if you do that, the DB is obviously just going to follow you. It's man coverage. But instead, you can give him a false sense of security and lean into him so he thinks he's in phase. This is in phase, guys. DBs are only taught to look at the ball when they're in phase. So right here, AB is making Jalen Ramsey think he's in phase. He's in perfect position. But really, AB is the one looking at the ball. He knows the ball is landing right here. So he gives him this little lean into him. And at the last second, he separates. And boom. Now look at the separation he created. Just off that little lean, all right? Because right here when he leans, he's like, oh, okay, the ball's about to be here. It's about to be underthrown. So let me get my head back. Watch what happens when his head turns. Boom, separation. And now you're catching this. Now you're catching this uncontested, all right? That's what you want. But yeah, it starts by knowing where the ball's gonna land. This depth perception, can't even say it, but I'm learning that shit in psychology right now. Yeah, so yeah, knowing where the ball's gonna land, and then give the DB a false sense of security. All right, right here, this is a false sense of security. Jalen Ramsey thinks he's safe, but now this is Deion Branch versus Richard Sherman. So again, Deion Branch is getting squeezed outside. Sherman's got the inside positioning, and he just keeps his momentum is going this way the whole time. Right, it's going this way. Everything's going this way. Both of them are going that way. And at a certain point, right about here, you got to go up. All right, up. Okay, that's the only way you're gonna catch underthrown balls when it's a jump ball, anything. You got to go straight up. The guy who's drifting to the side, he's never gonna catch it. All right. You're never catching a ball going this way. And even if you do, like we saw in this example, all right, like we saw in this example, even if you do, even if the QB does drop this ball in perfectly right into this breadbasket, this tiny little space, the DB still has access to your hands. He's chasing you right here. He gets a hand on, head turned, and then look, boom, he's all up in your shit right now. It's not what you want. Yeah, like I said, even if the QB right here, look at his hands right here. They're ready. It's a fight right here. He's trying to wipe your shit away. It's not happening. Um, this is another example for you guys who are about to comment. Oh, but you can only do that if you're tall. If you're no, it's none of that shit. This is Tyreek Hill doing the exact same thing. It's the same principles, guys. If you're 5'4", if you're 6'4", all right. The guy who jumps the most straight up is always gonna catch the jump ball, all right. The guy who jumps the most straight up is always gonna catch the jump ball, even if it's underthrown. At a certain point, you gotta realize it's underthrown, and come back to the ball, all right. So if we look at this angle, you really get to see it. Tyreek, obviously he has an insane vertical, but notice how he's jumping straight up. All right, straight up. This guy's still jumping a bit backwards, and that's why he doesn't win. All right, he's going backwards. Tyreek's going straight up. There's a big difference. All right. This is another coaching point too. My coach used to say, just catch everything. All right. If the ball's in the air and a DB is close, just catch everything. Catch the ball, catch his arms, catch his shoulder if you have to. But just right here, he's squeezing onto everything. You never want to just aim for the ball, because if you aim for the ball, you might miss the ball. But if you aim for everything, shit, you'll grab something. See, it's in his hands. He's able to see that. Eyes on the football at all times. And watch, he's gonna catch everything. He's gonna catch, his arms, the ball, like he's just grabbing onto whatever he can to secure the catch. So if you see, boom. And then of course you got guys like Julio, who can just whoop. But right here, guys, you gotta notice at some point that the ball's underthrown. As you can see, he was just going this way, but then, at some point you gotta realize, the ball is gonna drop somewhere here. So, and his eyes are on that. He can see that. It's all about eyes, guys. So instead of, forward momentum going that way, instead he comes back to the ball. He's going this way, and he's ready to jump straight up, right? So you're going to see who jumps more straight up. It's Julio, all right? You see that? He's still drifting this way. He's jumping like diagonal, trying to get the ball like with one hand. But whoever jumps the most straight up is always going to catch the ball, right? Look at this, straight up. Eyes on the football at all times. It's perfect, textbook, high hands, and there's nothing you can do right here. All right, let's look at it one more time.